So I'm looking for I'm checking in. Are we live? Are we Full Circle live right now? Welcome everyone who is coming through the etherwebs. Interwebs, what are they called these days? Interwebs, fair enough. We're here in Venice, California, and we are live streaming. We've got a beautiful room of really amazing people today, and just a few minutes, Mickey Willis will be here. Mickey's with the kids, and he's out at the beach, and he's on his way. My name is Andrew Keegan. I'm the co-founder here at Full Circle, and we're here at Activ8, and we've got an amazing lineup of music and special offerings and great stories. And like I said, Mickey will be here in a minute. So welcome. I always like to tell the story about the temple. It was built in 1905, which is the same year that Venice was founded. And we've been here for a little over 3 years. And today is the final Activ8 after about 130 different Sundays that we've been here. So there is still many possibilities and many opportunities to move this energy forward, but it's been an amazing co-creation for all of 3 years, and we're very grateful. So the way that we do this is we like to open up with Alexander Polinsky, our reverend, who takes us through a little invocation with the harmonium. So we're going to pass that off, and looking forward to everything that we've got today. So, Michael Vince, how you doing? All right. All right.
I just wanted to mention that if you guys liked what you heard from Major, you can find him on Facebook at Major and Friends, and he has CDs for sale and donation here in the temple.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning to everyone, including dogs and children and babies. And welcome to all of our ancestors here who are represented through our DNA. It's a special morning. We're honoring fathers and father energy. And I was just in the hospital with my dad, who was having some problems, and we had a little scare. And one of his friends actually called me and said, "What are you doing for your dad?" I said, "Well, I went to the hospital, I brought him stuff." He said, "No, we got to do more." And so she organized this whole surprise attack on my dad with food and presents and family, and we created a real moment of joy for him. And it wasn't like a cheer-up moment where we're like, oh, he's in the hospital and do this, you know. It was just like a surprise attack of joy. And I'm kind of known for these with my friends. Like after New Year's, sometimes I'll, if you're my friend and you're all sleeping after a New Year's Eve party, I'll come over early in the morning and make you a ham. Like a real ham, like a honey-baked ham, in your own kitchen while you don't know I'm there. So they call me the ham ninja. And I don't usually start off the morning telling dumb personal stories, but what I think is the magic that we're missing maybe some people have a little more than others, is this thing I like to call the Joy Jedi. It's like someone who's willing to create joy for others just for the joy of creating joy for others, because it's joyful and it creates joy and makes you feel good. Equals joy. So however you've been holding back, however small amount of resources you think you have enough to make someone really, really, really happy. It's not that hard. Take a deep breath. Let's just breathe into our joy circuit. Let it out with ah. Take a deep breath. Ah. Take a deep, fearless inhale with a smile. Ah. Now we're gonna take. Why is that funny? We're just breathing. Okay, next time we take a deep breath in, we're gonna make a weird, uncomfortable sound with our nose, like eh. Okay, take a deep breath in. Why did we do that? I don't know. I don't know why we just did that. So that's on me. Take a deep breath in. Oh! Take a deep breath and then just go crazy. We're going to tell all the people with their $9 lattes over there that this is the place to be. Take a deep breath in. Yeah! What? Oh, yeah! I really didn't hear you people. One more time. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! See, that is really working for me. That's working a lot for me. How do you like the kirtan so far? Yeah, just shake it out a little bit. Pretend there's like this golden string lifting your head up to the heavens, so you're just like floating there, and give your spine just a little wiggle. Yeah. Now rub your hands together. Get them real hot. Get them hot. Get them hot. Too hot. Get them hot. And put them right to your heart. That's the circuit. That's what we got to work with. That's real. That's easy. If anybody tells you that you can't, get the info, and then if you find out you can, walk away. Come back later with the thing that you said you were going to do and show that person. There's a lot of naysayers in the world. There's a lot of negativity in the world. I just want to wipe it out. This is one of the magic things that I do. It's like the wiping off of the bad energy. It's just like a physical metaphor, kinetic metaphor. If you've got something you can't say, let's just take it out. Take that green, and if there's like green stuff, ew, what is that? Just like take it out. Just take it out of your body. Maybe you want to do this when you get home if you're kind of embarrassed. Yeah. Let's just take a deep breath in. Just take a moment to ignore the intense things that are happening all around us for real, and give a little honor and a little moment of silence to all the people who lost their lives in the last few days around the world. Put your attention on your breath. Just take some deep, comfortable inhales. Let them out with a controlled out-breath. Just put your attention on your breath for a moment. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Bring it down. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Just breathe with that for a moment. Feel that beautiful feeling inside you. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and what you'll see is beyond your imagination. Let's begin with a spin, traveling in the world of your creation. What we'll see will If you want to view paradise, oh, then simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Oh, you wanna change the world. There's nothing to it. There is no land I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free, like you truly hoped you'd be. And if you wanna view paradise, oh, then simply look around and view it. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexander Polinsky, for taking us in through all the realms. Appreciate you. So beautiful. That song, I think you played that last time Mickey was our guest as well. Yeah, just there you go. So as you're singing it, just such a gift that you have and a talent in your voice, and just really dropping into what this experience has been, just so authentic. Like you said, if you want to change the world, there's nothing to it. I mean, there's obviously a lot to it, but the point is to have the. It's one of those days, huh, Mikey?
You know, I think what everybody's looking for in America is like, oh, that's a demonstrable change. I see the whole change across the board. You change the logo, you change the product, it's everything. What we did here is we changed the world 0.5%, Andrew, you know. And that's hard. That's really hard. You know, we got all these magazines, we got on all these TV shows, and they all made fun of us. And you know what? The thing is that they always make fun of something new, but truly this isn't new. This is just people doing whatever they want and calling it spirit. And so that thing, when we didn't do the thing, is completely false. We did such a big thing, Andrew. We did something so huge. We occupied this space so well. I mean, my heart is so wide open. I've got this huge spiritual high five for everybody in here.
Well, let's hear it for Alexander Polinsky again. Thank you so much. With the idea of the spiritual high five, there's amazing people in the room, and as we do the activations, and I'll explain it, and being that this is the final activate, let's see if I can get it right this time. I know it's always a thing. So you'll say your name. Today we're going to just twist it a little bit, what it is that you're passionate doing in the world, because I know so many of you in this room are doing amazing work, and if that can be added as we're broadcasting out over Connect TV and Evolver and Ascend, thank you guys both for being here today. And then, yeah, just a couple words of what it is you see that you want to activate, and then everybody will say the affirmation, and so it is. So again, you'll say your name, everyone will say the affirmation, we love you.
We love you.
Then a little activation, a couple words. It's a big group today, so a couple words, and then the affirmation, and so it is. So we're going to go to our left, starting off with, well, I'll let you do it.
My name is Finian. What I'm passionate about is sharing and discovering the possibilities of regeneration.
Good morning, my name is Michael. Love you guys too. I want to activate clean electricity that doesn't come from coal and and clean power worldwide. So, yeah.
My name's David. Thank you. I love you too. I want to activate being fully grounded, having complete clarity on every aspect of my life.
So it is.
Hi, my name's David. I want to
Love you, David.
love you too. I want to activate helpfulness, helping people that need help, and caring and compassion to others.
Hey, this is Gabriella. I'm passionate about bringing technology to people so that they can invest in each other and really have transparency.
Hey, this is Jeff. I'm passionate about education and social justice.
Guys, I'm Dustin. Love you guys too. I am passionate about health, physically and mentally, and creating change through that. That's it.
Hi, I'm Jack Starr, and I'm passionate about amplifying the Indigenous voice the right way, bringing back the sacredness through film and media. And tonight we will be hosting Power of the Prayer here at the FullCircle with a lot of Indigenous elders, and setting our intention with Red Lightning, a beautiful community that I'm involved in. So thank you.
So it is. My name is Timothy Powers. Love you all. And I am passionate about collective, ever-evolving, and self-actualization. Thank you.
Greetings, everyone. My name's Samuel. I love all you guys. I am passionate about activating love over fear.
Good morning. I'm Alicia. I'm figuring out a new passion, but I love the passion water is life.
Hi, my name is Dennis, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to connect with people who are highly motivated to spirit and self-improvement and actualization, and the value of connections.
Hi, my name's Kat. Love you guys, and I'm passionate about connecting people with themselves and others through storytelling.
Hi, my name's Judy. Thank you. I'm passionate about open minds, the purest potential for humankind through educational reform and new parenting paradigms.
Hi, my name is Deb. Thank you. My intention is to get our inspired parenting concept out to the world to improve all the parenting and children in the world. So it is.
My name is Kara. I love you too. And I'm passionate about unleashing people's creativity through dance. And today I want to activate self-compassion.
And I am Ingrid. Love you guys too. And I am passionate about activating love through health and wellness and community, because I believe that love is stronger than fear. Activate that.
Hi everyone, I'm Nick. Love all of you. I am passionate about speaking up, using my voice for the animals, like this little dog here that I'm in love with. I want to inspire compassion, empathy, respect for all living beings.
Hi, I'm Donna. I love you too. I'm passionate about my family, my friends, my dad, my grandpa, and all the fathers out there.
Hi, my name is Kara. Thank you. I'm passionate about empowering women and children globally, and I'd like to activate love.
My name is Don. I wanted to activate. I wanted to activate how infinite love is, and how when something goes off, it's just something in this world that's missing, and there's nothing infinite about zero. And when you look at all the good in this world, the good is infinite, and the stuff that's bad, that we think is bad, is this very small price to pay for this infinity of love and wisdom and everything we have.
So it is. My name is Scott. My passion is to make the world better, faster, and to arrive at Garden Eden Earth, where all the children can be free to be at joy and at play forever, through collaborative intelligence, upgrading our democracy, and super council like this.
Hi, my name is Charlizzle. Thanks, I love you the way Wonder Woman loves saving lives. I miss you guys already. I'm completely devastated. I don't have a passion, I'm obsessed, and that obsession puts me in a state of isolation. And FullCircle was the one thing that I actually could tear myself away to come to on a committed basis. So I'm doing the scariest things possible right now, so this is really bad timing. But I appreciate everyone's effort and Andrew's effort, and I just beg and implore us to try and figure out a way to still come together. And what I'm obsessed with is reducing racism, so I'd like to activate the product that I've developed that reduces racism for my Shark Tank audition. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Davey. I'm passionate about beach volleyball, food, and getting to a point where I can maybe help reduce some of the innocent people we kill in our wars. And I'm trying to activate wisdom in my life.
My name is Becky. Love you, Becky. Love you too. I would like to activate more trust in myself and others, and that everything that's happening is exactly how it's supposed to happen. So it is.
Pass it back up here, and then we'll come back around.
Hi, my name is Patrick. I've got a new passion starting, which is working for a brain rehabilitation company to help people recover from a condition I had called POTS syndrome. And I hope for the courage to do that well. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rory. Just moved here. Okay. Rory, yeah, okay. I am so passionate about having deep intimacy with myself and connection with oneness with God. And then from that space, I developed a program that I get to share with the world how to connect. And I just so love you all. Did you even say you love me? I didn't even hear that. That's where I block that. So that's where I say first I need to receive intimacy and connection. I didn't even hear you say I love you. Thank you so much for repeating it. I received that. Thanks.
Hi, my name's Harrison Love. I'm interested, thank you, I love you all. I'm interested and passionate about art and storytelling, and I hope to activate my primary voice.
Hi, my name is Tara. I love you, all of you. I'm passionate about science and spirituality and how science supports spirituality. And I'm passionate about sharing the idea that every single human being is lovable, no matter what they've done. And I also am looking to help people understand that they can heal themselves.
My name is Alex. I love you all too. I'm passionate about activating self-love and forgiveness.
My name is Maria.
love you, Maria. I love you guys too. I'm passionate about being happy, and I'm also old enough to realize that you need to tell people how you feel about them before you walk out the door, which I assume we're doing today. I would take this seriously, that this is pretty final. Who knows? This is a gorgeous experience. I was gone from LA for like 20 years, and I missed it so badly in a romantic and gross way. And I find myself here 3 blocks from the beach in this oddly amazing building, first and foremost. And then among this group of people every Sunday, so interesting and varied and deep and serious. And then who's running it? Regardless of what you've read, I've said so many things about you guys like, oh my God, they're so sweet. And they're completely authentic. And they're such good people. And everyone that works with the church, like, I just can't believe that I had the opportunity to be here. So thank you, God. So it is. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. And my name is Zakaria. And I'm passionate about the awakening of the one mind for which we are all intertwined through the heart, through love, through forgiveness. And I'm passionate about being the leader that I've been called to be, specifically for youth, and empowering people to remember guidance and to trust their heart and trust their spirit. And to come deeper and deeper into forgiveness and awakening. I hope.
Hi, my name is Juan. Love you guys all. My intentions. My biggest intention that I'd love to put out there is I feel like I want peace in everyone's heart and in their minds, because sometimes I just experienced something like 10 minutes ago where people assume something and make it like a reality. I just want the whole world to stop assuming and just be in the moment. And I want this like whole wavelength of love and non-judgmental or whatsoever on anyone. That's all really my intention for the world is really stop. I don't know, it's that weird thing. It's just, and it's really bad. So it is.
My name is Brett, and I'm passionate about communication between one another, creating laughter for one another. I'm a big, supporter of that, and then also just having adventures. I don't think a lot of people do that much anymore, so I love telling people that about myself, how I want to do that, and I think that just gives us a little bit more of a spark in life.
Hi, I'm Emma, and I love you guys too. I'm actually really passionate about like everything in life. I was born with all the passion, but definitely my always burning passionate desire is to just shine my light out into the world as an artist, as a healer, and I am so thankful for FullCircle because I came here finally. I'd been meaning to come here since I heard about it when my whole world crumbled. And in the middle of feeling like I had no foundation, FullCircle really helped me like let go of things I didn't need anymore and transform into someone that I recognize, but I also don't recognize. And it was just really perfect timing in my life to deepen the fact that anything that seems wrong isn't necessarily wrong, and things that seem horrible can actually be the best blessing in your life. And so I am so eternally grateful for FullCircle and everything that is happening here, and I'm so passionate about somehow this continuing in some way, shape, or form, whatever that is. I know that I will continue it throughout my life, regardless of whether or not FullCircle ever exists again. And also, since it's Father's Day, I would like to activate Anyone who didn't get to grow up with a father, just be thankful, like I am. He gave you life. If that's all he ever gave you, that's a really amazing gift. You exist. So thank you so much, Full Circle.
Hi, I'm Devin. Love you guys. I'm here to activate continued community and globally, actually, because what we've done here is a small speck of what we can do. And I just also want to thank my Full Circle family. Love you guys. The last 3 years have been a blessing. Miss you.
Hi, my name is Major. Well, I'm compassionate about unconditional love and forgiveness because that stops the growth if you perceive the once upon a time. Just be present. And I try and channel through the music and Tai Chi, the breath.
What's up? I'm Anthony. I am going to activate all the people in this room that have totally changed my world. You did it. You did it, you did it, you did it, you did it. You know who did it. All of you. Sam, I see you over there, bro. You're part of this too. But yeah, you guys totally, completely changed everything for me. And I'm passionate about the revolution. And what we're doing here is not over. This is just the beginning.
Hi, I'm Angel. Love you, Angel. I love you. I am passionate about spiritual practices and community that bring us back to the remembrance of our wisdom, that bring us back to remembering that inside we are God. And when we remember that, we remember that there's God in each of us, and it changes everything. And I'm so thankful for this community and for all of you. A year ago, I came here and I had never taught a class before, and now this is all I'm doing, and it just makes my heart sing, and you all make my heart sing. And I would like to activate each person in this room and each person watching, that you might find your tribe that brings you back to yourself.
Hi, I'm Adriani. I'm passionate about holding and creating safe places to grow and to love and to nurture yourself, and for people just to be themselves and express that innocence and beauty. So I'm grateful and I'm thankful that Full Circle did that for so many years for me, and I want to activate that gratitude and activate trust in the future, and let the good times roll.
Good morning, my name is Arista. We love you, Arista. Love you too. Try to make this short, but there's a lot that I want to say. I am passionate about being a mother to this beautiful, beautiful angel here, and 2 years ago, I did not have this beautiful angel. So thank you and happy Father's Day. You've given me the greatest gift ever. I just feel that in my heart. Yes, that having this heart-centered community is where it's at, and I'm passionate about activating the empowered mother within us all, especially in fathers and in the masculine, because I feel that when we're able to tap into our heart, that's where the true strength lies, and to not be scared of vulnerability. So, thank you.
I'm sorry. You want to say something? Say hi.
Hi, my name is Dharmata Tara. And for those of you who don't know, I think she was conceived here and then raised here. And I think this is how we all would have loved to have our lives and have had these as amazing parents. So they're just an iconic figure of love and compassion and the community that it takes to raise a child. And each of us have a child within us. So I would like to activate world peace for all sentient beings.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle. Love you all too. I'm passionate about making long-term service sustainable in a group setting, but also independently. I'm also extremely grateful for this whole experience. It's been an amazing journey, to say the least. The brothers and sisters I've met here, I'll forever be thankful for, and I'm very, very grateful and filled with gratitude for the whole experience.
Hi, I'm Jason. And I'm passionate about having a positive impact on the culture, which is exactly what we've done here for 3 years, and it's been an honor to be a part of that. And I'm really grateful to have learned probably the biggest lesson is that just going through the journey is success, and we were successful in this. And I'm grateful to walk out of here knowing that in my heart and knowing that this isn't going anywhere. So that's what I want to activate, is the continuation of what was started here going out to every corner of the world, because it needs it.
Hi, I'm Alex. Love you too. I'd like to second the passionate statement by Angel about finding the tribe that helps you actualize. My passion is up-leveling or improving the morale on this spaceship. My passion is also inspiring people to self-create a personal mythology of importance around themselves to help defend against all of the other things that come in at us. Because if we're truly in our own story, we're the authors of our own story, we can help people write theirs. And I think that's what everyone's looking for, is a light to guide them. And if this place was really one overarching thing, it was a place where leaders are created. Everybody came here wanting to be involved, wanting to find themselves in some way as a leader or a powerful healer or a spirit or a starter of something. And I'm just fortunate that my passion was met with such acceptance. And thank you so much, Andrew, for inviting me to play this character and knowing that I promote the spirituality of humor and ecstasy and horniness, just humanity, anything. If you know me, you know I'm the Reverend of horny, holy, and humorous, and I'm not shy about it, because that's human, And if we're shy about any one of those parts, or we let anybody dominate any one of those things using spirituality, we're in trouble. I just like to thank you and thank all of you for helping me to step into my character fully. And I fully expect to see all of you down the beautiful road and to dance with you.
My name is Mickey. I love you too. I'm perpetually passionate about fatherhood and doing everything in my limited moments in this body on this planet to awaken parenting such that we raise all of our future generations to fully bloom into the incredible, empathetic, radical, creative love warriors that they are born to be. Thank you.
I should have sat on the other side of you, because that was so. I'm like, how do I follow that up? My name is Andrew. Love you, Andrew. And this has been such an incredible experience. And what I'm recognizing in this room, and what have been so passionate about, is just bringing everybody together. The unity of diversity. And often in our culture, there's different sections that people kind of stay in, and it's been mentioned a couple times. Really, the authentic love, I'm passionate about it. I want to activate it. I hope that more people recognize that this is exactly what communities need. This is the calling, and there's a very unknown future in all of our lives. We don't know what the next day is going to bring, so the present moment always is so important. And being a father has really taken it to a whole nother level, and really it is so important parenting. For this last day to be Father's Day, the great synchronicity of this world that 3 years, nearly 1,000 events, and we end on this significant day, certainly surrounded by amazing men in music and in leadership. I feel so honored. Every day, or every time we do this, I see so many amazing people in the room. I'm like, how did I end up here between these two legends? So I just want to acknowledge all the leaders that have come through this space, that have shared their gifts here in this temple, and that we may all have a future on that beautiful road together. All right, how's everybody feeling? Yeah, I'm finally getting a little awake. I had a rough night. I had a group of tenants, neighbors that were up having a good time on a Saturday night. So I was up at 3:30, like knocking on the door, like, guys, really? It's 3:30 in the morning. Needless to say, I couldn't sleep after that because, you know, that Papa energy gets going, right? That blood, and then I'm just down there like, who raised these young men that they're just disrespecting? There's babies and sleeping, and that was going through my head, and everything else that goes through your head at 4, 5, 6, 7 in the morning. And then, of course, about 7, you know, who's awake. So I would like to, I know we're going to run over a little bit today, but I think it's important that we create a little movement, and Angel's here today. And if Angel, if you're up for it, maybe we can kind of do like a combo of some sort, because I know we want to play a song. Do you think we can do a movement combo? You got a song that could be a little movable? So we're gonna merge two things here. Finian, who will be speaking here in a little bit about Kiss the Ground and regeneration, also is a musician. So we're going to take full advantage of that. And yeah, we're just going to get everybody up and let's move ourselves a little bit before we get into some more talking. I'm going to hand it to Angel Cantu, our dear, dear yogi.
Take a big inhale and an audible exhale. And inhale, stretching your fingertips up to the sky. And exhale to the earth, forward fold. Pedaling through the backs of your heels. And inhale, rising to the sky slowly through heart center, reaching. Heart opens, and exhale, arms open to the sides. Sweeping your arms all the way behind you, opening your heart. And inhale, rise, exhale, fold. Just taking a few rounds of this to warm up. Inhale, rise to the sky, an embodied prayer. What thought, what feeling are you bringing through your body, through this temple? Rise to the sky. Heart opens, fingertips sweep to the sides. Inhale, rise. And exhale, fall. One more. Inhale, rise slowly, bringing your prayer, your activation up through your body, through this sacred space to the sky. Exhale, heart opens. Inhale, rise, opening the feet wide. And exhale, coming into a squat, sweeping to the earth. Inhale, rise, heart open. Keeping your prayer, your activation in mind as we flow through a few times. Inhale, reach and rise. And exhale to the earth, holding here for a moment. Opening through the hips. How are you moving forward in the world? Our thoughts become our words become our deeds. Who are you becoming? What are you embodying? 3 more breaths here. And inhale, rising to the sky, coming to your toes. Reach as high as you can. What magical dream are you manifesting? If anything were possible, who would you be? Reach as high as you can. And exhale, coming down to a squat, holding yourself close. Reaching deep inside for that dream, that wish. And inhale, getting as big as you can. And then swaying back and forth. Softening.
This ride lasts forever.
I'd like to end today by just find one person, whoever you make first eye contact with. If you're at home, you can do this in the mirror with yourself. So find a partner. And I'd like you to bring your hands just about an inch away from each other. Imagine your dream, your wish, your love coming through the top of your head to your heart, and from your heart into your palms, sending pure love and joy into each other. Feel the energy space between you and your partner, between you and yourself. Maybe gently closing your eyes, noticing that we can feel each other even when we are not touching. Notice your thoughts. What are you sending out into the world from your heart, from your thoughts? Taking just a few more moments here. Imagine the person before you in perfect health and perfect happiness, walking in their truth. And then bringing your palms to heart center. Focus on this love, this energy coming through the top of your head to your heart, and from your heart to your palms. Imagining this temple, this sacred space in complete vitality, the highest vibration you can imagine. Inhale, sending this love into your palms, and exhale your palms up into the ceiling, to the walls, to the earth, into the sacred temple, sending all of the love and light of God, of self, into this beautiful space that has lifted our hearts, that has lifted our souls, that makes our hearts sing. We say thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you for this space. Thank you for these beautiful souls we have traveled this path with. Thank you. I love you. I love you. Thank you.
Breathe out, breathe.
And now lastly, we'll bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. And I'd like you to imagine yourself in complete health. How does your body feel? In complete vitality. Imagine your heart full, inspiration in your work, in your creations, through you into the world, and send the energy through the top of your head to your heart, from your heart to your palms, and through the soles of your feet into this space. In great gratitude, I thank Spirit. I thank you. Thank you for being in this world. You will never know by simply showing up how you change the world. So I thank you, and I say namaste.
Breathe in, breathe out, breathe. 'Cause this ride lasts forever.
Thank you again, Angel Cantu. Let's hear it for Angel. Woo!
We really cherish moments like that are just very much improved. And you've got such a beautiful voice, Finian. Amazing. All right, so just checking in. How's everybody doing out there on the Ether Interwebers? Yeah? I'm going to keep changing that name. We've got David Kennett coming up in a little bit, so stay tuned, as they say, for sound healing in a little bit. Oh, the coffee. Well, it's fine. So that's coming up in a little bit. And we've got both of the microphones here, Mikey. So we got a couple, like I said earlier, a couple legends surrounding me here. So I'm really, really honored to be here today and opening up the conversation for the work that both of you guys have been doing. So what I think will be kind of a nice way to do it is maybe get into a little bit of what you've been doing with Kiss the Ground, and we're feeling like a little bit of more of a conversational vibe today as we're kind of going through the story, and then we'll jump over here with Mickey. And if you guys have any questions, also feel free. What we really appreciate about Full Circle is the co-creative model, and as you can see, this opportunity to create a collective connection, a collective wisdom, if you will. Just the way that we've been able to, connect heart to heart through that practice with Angel and a movement. And on that note, Finian and I, we go way back. There was an early phase of this. So as we're discussing being in this space and moving into a new form, originally 5 or 6 years ago, it was on the street that I lived on, and I took the great liberty of organizing. Oh yeah, that's what. Dropping. Didn't even start talking. Yeah, he dropped the mic. This guy's presumptuous. He's like, I'm so good, I'm going to drop the mic before I even start. But he's really that good, actually. So yeah, 5, 6 years ago, we took the street and set up a stage, and back then it was the C Street, which the C stood for Connecting Conscious Community. So way before Full Circle, and at that time, was that even before the Occupy movement, or I think it was right around that time.
Right before, and then we also, the Occupy movement, I think, was
Really?
the middle.
Was that the middle?
I feel like that was the middle.
We started partying, then we got...
Then it was
Mhm.
Occupy,
And here we are. So, in any case, at that time, you and your 3 brothers, the Make Peace Brothers, which, again, what an ideal offering in a conscious community to have the Make Peace Brothers perform. Needless to say, not going to get too much into that story, but some authorities were not okay with it, let's just say, and so that was better that we moved on from my street, and now...
they kept coming for you, though. The raids kept coming.
Yeah, they really liked our parties, I think. I think that's what the truth is. But in any case, I'm going to let you take it away with Kiss the Ground, because I think both Full Circle and Kiss the Ground kind of kicked off in similar timeline, and so moving, and it's a great lesson and a great story, how we take some experiences and they evolve. So even if you're doing something that may not, quote-unquote, succeed or continue, that energy continues, your passion and your effort. So
Yeah.
let's warm round of applause for Finian Makepeace.
It's great to be here, and I forget who said it over there, but I think one of the beautiful things about being surrounded in a supportive community is that we can take on things that may or may not have seemed rational or may not have seemed possible. But with community, there is possibility, because I think most people forget that most of us are pretty insecure. And without reflections and encouragement, most ideas die, sadly. I think it's very seldom, it might seem like there's one person who's done this thing, who is put in the leadership position, but more than just the work itself, an idea is as good as the support that it gathers behind it. The nodding, it doesn't even have to be audible. You can just have, am I doing something that's good, or is this the right thing? And that encouragement and accessibility of community to ask and receive the feedback is how things happen, I think. How movements get started, how ideas flourish, and how ideas turn into action, and how paths get formed, how new rivers emerge for ideas to flow and for people to create and jump into that and participate. So I really want to give my hat off to places like FullCircle and generally the immense community efforts that happen. Because some people are put in leadership positions and they're noted for doing that, and other people are containers, other people are silent supporters, and there's so many forms it takes, but all of those forms are so crucial to have something lift off the ground and get going and prosper and hopefully in the future change the world for the better that we're all hoping for. So I've been fortunate to have partnered in something called Kiss the Ground. It's a nonprofit organization that's primarily dedicated to telling a new story about the future and what's possible for humanity, because there are some things that when I say we, the general world public hadn't fully considered, hadn't fully invested time and energy in, from governments to business to communities. And what that really started with, the seed of that, was this big idea around soil. So soil has been the way that humans and all animals and plants are able to thrive on this planet, on the land. There was life in the oceans for billions of years, and then about 600 million years ago, which is a really long time ago, plants came out of the oceans onto land, and soil started to form because plants could pull carbon that was in the atmosphere. And if you think global warming's bad now, back then it was really, really atrocious. You would have just fried on the land. But thankfully, photosynthesis, which takes carbon from the atmosphere and puts it, combining it with water, hydrogen from water, makes carbohydrates. And that's what everything's built from. Like a tree comes from thin air. It doesn't come from the ground. Yeah, the water comes from the ground for the tree, but that water usually came from the air. But most importantly, the carbon, the building blocks of everything alive, where does it come from? I just told you a second ago. It comes from thin air. That perspective is a new perspective for the future of humanity. So when we say, okay, where did the tree come from? That's pretty, you can get that. You'd be like, okay, I get photosynthesis. But we never learned. And I'm speaking generally, but the scientific community wasn't really giving the full credit to, because we didn't know until about 30 or so years ago, how soil is really built. If the tree is pulling the carbon from the atmosphere to build itself, it turns out the tree is also building the soil. Tree or plant or anything photosynthesizing is taking the carbon from the atmosphere and sharing upwards of 80% of that carbon. It's pushing out of its root to feed the soil organisms that make soil. This process is why we have soil. And so without this process, we don't have the ability to live on the planet, because the balance of the climate, the balance of the carbon in the atmosphere, is due to this process pulling carbon and building it into soil. There's more carbon in the soil now than all of the atmosphere and all the trees combined. But remember, that carbon used to be in the atmosphere. So we have this huge bunch of carbon in our soil. And sadly, the way we do our farming generally is removing the carbon from the soil. And this was the big news flash for us. Approximately 1/3 of the carbon that human beings have put into the atmosphere has come because we've taken the carbon that was in the soil out. That's a really big, important thing to look at when we're looking at desertification in the world situation with climate change. Now, the good news is that if this has happened in geological times, we can do it again. And the really good news is that there are farmers and businesses and governments now who are finally doing this. They're doing regenerative agriculture. That means that the food they're producing is not degrading the land. It's actually regenerating the land, pulling carbon out of the atmosphere, putting it back into the soil, making fertile soil, which makes healthier food, which makes more resistant to drought, which makes no desertification happen. So the future of humanity is potentially more abundant than we could have ever conceptualized, because there's a potential that we can restore and rebuild fertile soil everywhere. Why? What makes fertile soil? It's the carbon. So why is this so exciting? Because there's a ton of carbon sitting up above, just waiting to be pulled down into the ground to build this soil. That's what we're so excited about at Kiss the Ground, and that was the big discovery. It was like, wait a minute. And I've always been a science guy my whole life, and I was like, if I don't know this, I'm pretty sure about 90% of the population of the world probably doesn't know. I don't want to assume, it's bad to assume, but that turned out to be pretty true, because still most people don't know. But what's been amazing is, since about 4 years ago, watching the trend of this idea that we can actually not just be sustainable. Sustainable, does anyone know the definition of sustainable?
Staying static, maybe?
Basically, but it's even worse than that. It's not. It's able to be used. It's able to be used without being completely used up or destroyed. That's even worse than just staying level. It's like, oh, we're going to go till we're almost apocalyptic Mad Max scenario, and then like hopefully not all die. That's what we're all rooting for when we're on, not to bash sustainable, but like that's the mindset of like, hopefully we will just do less harm than what we're doing. We'll slowly go off the edge of the cliff.
So
It's a reaction.
But this is really innovative. So you take that concept where everyone thinks sustainable is a good thing, but regenerative, you're actually proactively doing something good.
Exactly. So that's the big news flash for us, is when we got into the soil thing, it was like, oh my gosh, soil. But to be honest here, in the beginning when Kiss the Ground started, we were thinking sustainably. We were thinking of like the recycling symbol. Be like, we took a bunch of stuff out, we got to put it back, right? But regenerative is even more powerful than that, because regenerative isn't saying just put back what you took out. Regenerative is saying you can start with crap and make beautiful abundance by using nature's system and helping nature be an Olympic athlete of nature. And that's why humans' ingenuity can be so amazing. So that's what Kiss the Ground is about. We've been having an amazing time creating the media that describes this, getting people activated, from governments to businesses, investment people, to change the trajectory of our agriculture and farming systems so that we're actually regenerating land, and it's totally possible, and it's catching on, and we're really excited about it.
If some folks want to follow or possibly volunteer, where would they find this information?
KissTheGround.com, and then for people for volunteering and stuff, we recommend definitely signing up on the website, and also Kiss the Ground CA is all of our handles for Facebook, Instagram, so Kiss the Ground CA for California.
And you guys put out a video recently. You've got some it's pretty star-studded. Who's in that video? If you guys get a chance to...
How many people compost? Nice. Everyone should compost. So if you're not composting, let's talk afterwards.
I'm talking to you afterwards.
I'll make sure we can get you on that bandwagon. So we just produced something called The Compost Story, which actually we did with Elevate Films. Mickey and I worked on this together, and it was a really fun project. We got Rosario Dawson, Adrienne Grenier, Amy Smart, Kendrick Sampson, Paul Blackthorne, all as the cast, telling a new story of compost, really the 2.0 of compost. The story that compost has always deserved, we felt like it needed to be told, that compost is a regenerative substance. It's not just a fertilizer, it's actually a probiotic. How many people take probiotics? You know, probiotics aren't just like, oh, I have no probiotics, I have none of those life in my thing, I'm just going to put them in there. What you're doing is you're jump-starting the population of that bacteria in your stomach, right? It's not just those and then they die and then they're done. They repopulate and they make your whole system healthy. Compost does the same thing for soil. It brings back the life that makes the soil system work. It makes that system where the plants pull the carbon out and share it with the soil organisms. It brings those soil organisms that the plants need to feed, and then those populations increase, and that's how we get healthy soil. So you can actually regenerate your soil and use it probiotic as compost. So that's the compost story in a nutshell, is that you can check it out at thecompoststory.com.
We'll watch the video, and thank you so much. We're going to keep this moving along. One of the things you just said, which I think is so interesting about this, because it's a little not complicated, but it's a lot of information, and it's something that people don't often think about. Soil, it's dirt, you just kind of take it for granted, but when you consider what the possibilities are and what you guys have discovered, it's amazing, and I'm feeling the transition of planting these seeds, because really, at the end of the day, as two little seeds are rolling up right now, this is what it's about, right? That we have people like Finian, you know, bringing new ideas and important ideas to the table, so that and popularizing them, if you will, so that we start to, you know, again, plant seeds for the future. And again, this relates, I think, well in introducing Mickey. If you guys noticed on the way in, Inspiring Magazine, Judy Julian is here. She brought a bunch of them, so I highly encourage taking a magazine on the way out. Incredible interview that was in there that, you know, again, we all talk about changing the world and doing something great. It starts with this. It starts with the seeds. It starts with planting new ideas. Planting. This is really working well. You see how this transition's going? I'm right in the middle, planting seeds. And ultimately, it's beliefs, you know, what you believe in. And Mickey and I go way back, I mean, to early days in Hollywood. And I don't know if I'm going to admit it, but back in teen magazine days, maybe this is embarrassing for both of us, but I was in the front of the camera, he was in the back of the camera, we were doing photo shoots for, you know, Bop and Big Bopper, and I'm really sharing the story, wow. Woo! All right, well, it's out now. So we literally go back, and I have so many great memories, even then, of just this man who was just inspirational at that time. And again, our story has somehow crossed through Venice and this community that we're involved in here, come full circle. So on that note, I'll hand you the mic and let you take it away.
Thank you, brother. It's my son Zuri, my oldest boy Azai back there, and my incredible wife and her sister. Thank you guys for coming. It's good to be here with all of you, and you just nailed a few things perfectly, Andrew, and that is, you know, I had this a few years ago. My company is involved in doing everything possible through media to make the world a better place. And so, of course, we've been involved in a lot of missions that are, you know, aimed to save the world. And I, probably about 7 years ago, I had a partner, we sat down and we thought, let's stop talking about this and let's get really serious about what are the things that would really change the world. And we went out as far as, you know, extraterrestrial visitation. What would be the things that would have people just shift their consciousness and their attention? And ultimately, it has boiled down, for me, to parenting. I have never been so clear as I am now, after watching the last year or two, the political craziness that's been happening, knowing some people within Donald Trump's family and having some personal intel as to the relationship he had with his father, a man that he could never please, a man that was never satisfied with anything his son built and always would say, you know, yeah, Donald, you can do better. And so I related this to, as a young man that was raised primarily without a father. I got to know my father when I was in my teens. I'd seen him many times during my youth, but didn't really get to know him until I was in my teens, and now we're incredible friends. But realizing there was something that was missing within myself, and I had this story playing on loop of not being good enough, and somehow that if I was missing a father, there must be a reason for that. What kind of kid would have their father not be there? Well, perhaps a kid that the father wasn't proud of. So I spent a lot of my youth trying to prove myself. I became an athlete and would collect trophies and put them up on the mantle for everyone to see, just to say, here I am, do I fit in now? And I realized this when I heard this story about Donald Trump. I thought, I just related to him, and I thought, his trophies are skyscrapers. And now once he's did all of that, and that still didn't leave him satisfied, what's the next role? Well, a man that has a king complex would be the ruler of the country, the ruler of the land. And then a couple months ago, we had the situation with North Korea and, of course, Putin, and I thought, all of these men, if you study their biographies and understand how they were brought up, all of these men who now have the nuclear codes that could destroy all of our lives, all have daddy issues. And that's really what we're dealing with. And every CEO that I've worked with, we've done a lot of plant medicine ceremonies with major CEOs and companies trying to transform their work. And when they really get honest and they get out from behind that tough CEO facade and they're on their knees crying, going through the process of transformation, there's always some major issue, some daddy issue that's there deeply rooted. And so if we really want to change the world, if we're really serious about that, we will turn our attention, and I don't mean that lightly because I realize that it's our attention after 30 years in the media and advertising. I can tell you that our holy grail, the thing that all of the hero journeys point towards that might, iconize it as a pot of gold or a fancy cup, is really our attention. The thing that we call our attention has been hijacked. And it's been hijacked to sell stuff. Every billboard, every commercial, everything that has led all of us to think that we're just not quite there, or if we just get this car or this thing, we'll be that much happier, that much better. Years and generations of that have literally hijacked our attention, such that we're not the masters of our attention. And it's time to regain that power because it's literally the wheel of our ship. And if the rudder of a ship is off by a hair, that ship ends up in a different continent. And then we end up saying, how did we get here? And I think a lot of us right now are wondering how we got here. Totally agree with that. Profound, really profound. And so we, to regain that is to really understand what happened to it and how to keep our children from going through that same life of distraction, such that what they value above everything is materialness. And that we nurture. I will say that when I was honored when Andrew called and invited me to be part of this closing of this incredible chapter of Full Circle, and I saw my brother Finian on the bill, and I thought, oh, this is awesome. And I thought, well, wait a minute, Finian's not a father. Let me figure this out for a minute. And it's exactly what you said. It really became clear to me that you are a father. You're fathering, you're birthing something, and the difference. Some of you know the massive viral video thing that happened with me and my boys a couple years ago, a year and a half ago, and it turned into this global conversation that I was really honored to be part of. And it really boiled down to the difference between molding a child into our likeness and nurturing a child to allow them to grow and to bloom. And so it really all is soil regeneration. All of it is. And we're all the farmers, we're all the gardeners, whether you have children or not. These are the seeds that literally bring our world into bloom, that we need to turn our attention towards, because if we allow our garden to go unattended for a month, what happens? So it requires constant love, our attention, our empathy, and our nurturing to allow these next generations to fully bloom.
It's interesting. Test. Working? It's interesting that you mention that, because a lot of times, the experience of the temple that led to me ultimately being a parent very much felt like a birth. It was, in many ways, and you were through the process as an advisor, as an elder, so difficult, and not that I could ever compare it to literal childbirth, but I'm looking at Arista, she's like, oh no, you didn't, okay? Wonder Woman's sitting over here right now, you will. However, taking on the responsibilities, because again, a father does have an important role, and a lot of that has to do with what you said, nurturing and being able to find that balance of delivering, especially with an organization. It requires that leadership and that parental stewardship and curation and all of it. So it's an interesting way that this is all, very much come together. I just want to, I was going to say, go ahead. We're looking at the time here. How's everybody doing out there on our
lines, heart. I think we're connected. We're certainly connected. Anybody have any questions? And then we're gonna move into the sound healing. But we've got maybe a couple questions if anybody has anything. Comment? Sure. Let's make it brief. Is this one not working?
I just wanted to comment on what you said, and I truly believe that after like 36 years of my life being on this earth, it is we can spin around with our minds, with our thoughts, and we can always say, we could always do the blame thing or oh, it's just not right, or certain things. But what you said, if we keep our focus on our garden, and it is the family, you know, that garden that brings that fruit and that joy and that happiness. So yeah, I agree. I so agree.
One of the things that was mentioned was the support of community, but something else that's been in my in this experience is also the adversity. I feel like I love and I appreciate the critics and the judgment and all of the things that were not necessarily supportive in the traditional sense of supportive, because that was fuel too. If someone, and I don't know if anybody's had that experience, if somebody's kind of telling you can't do something, you shouldn't do, she's like, no, and especially if it's authentic to you, that this is the truth, this is the path that I'm on, I know that was a part of it as well.
Yeah, thanks, Mickey, for the words, and Andrew as well. I wanted to bring up this connection, and Andrew and I were speaking yesterday about this talk today, and what was coming up for me is this concept of fatherhood, and it can be applied to motherhood as well. But two things I want to talk about is this idea of normal, and you know, we mentioned people stepping out on a limb, trying something new, but I want to just take a moment to reflect on how many things we're mothering or fathering in our lives that we just think of as normal, or that society's doing that thinks of as normal. For example, the upkeep of a car or a house, or investment to both of those things, the amount of attention that's kept on those, daily cleaning, hiring carpenters, taking it to the mechanic, da-da-da-da-da. You're mothering and fathering those things to exist and make and create that space, and there's a lot of attention on it. But when we talk about things that are alternative or different, we're often, like you said, faced with adversity, people saying, that's crazy, that's weird, FullCircle is weird. You're like, how many freaking churches are way weirder, and like if you really get down to like what people are doing there, it's like way weirder and worse and whatever, like, but this one gets like judged and looked at. I mean, like, are we really going to all the Catholic churches and being like, what's going on in here? This is weird. It's freaking weird. So what I'm getting at is like there's so much that's happening, so much that's being birthed. Just because it's not new doesn't mean it's still not being nurtured, fathered, or mothered. And that's where with this concept and looking at with the soil concept and regeneration and what's possible to say, wait, this is something that's neglected, or this is an old rusty car, I'm going to polish it up and shine it and make it new. That's normal. But like, it's not totally normal to look at an inner city block that's a food desert and be like, wait, why is this not an epic food forest? That's not normal. That's looked at as like, oh, well, you might be wasting your time. It's just, so I'm just looking at like the dichotomy, and what that brings up for me is my father, who passed away last year, was somebody who tended not to think that you should just go with the normal. And he, for example, changed his name to Makepeace before I was born. He changed the last name of our family to Makepeace. And people were like, you can't do that. He was like, what? Why are you taking your father's name? Why are you not your mother's name and your father's name combined? Like why is that just, why does that make any sense? You're 50% of both of them, but he felt more like a Makepeace than an O'Toole or a Desmond. So it's like, He made up his own name. But the point is that you can create something just by switching the attention and fathering or parenting something to existence of like, who's to say it's the way it's got to be? And that's what I'm really excited about the future for, is collaborating with minds to say, wait a minute, how can we get a new thought out there and normalize it to a degree that it catches on, that people start to question and say, yeah, I can switch that. Why am I trashing my compostables? That's crazy. It makes stinky trash in your house. It makes methane in the landfill. Like, all of the things be like, oh, but composting's easier than having smelly trash that you have all the time. So these are things it's like, but it's not normal yet. So
it's getting there. Getting there. Thank you so much. I really just wanted to also, as we're transitioning now into some sound, thank everybody who has contributed so much into this space over the last 3 years. As you heard during the activations, it's a good portion of folks over here, but there's just been so much heart and so much passion for this space, and we are still here today, and we're going to enjoy this day and keeping our our faith in the future in the space. I just want to thank you guys so much gratitude for all the hard work, and I just have a good feeling we're still going to be here. Just got some figuring out to do. So on that note, I would like to...
Everybody Bunny is like, this dude's nuts.
This has been 3 years. This is literally the fifth. We've had these conversations back in month 6. Mickey was like, yeah, I think 6 months is about good. And 3 years later, we've literally shut down 5. This is the 5th time. I had to count them. I was like, all right, this is the 5th time. So this is really, what's that? No. I mean, we, have been challenged with this. I guess it's the ultimate of surrendering experiences, and all the while being able to recognize all of the beauty that's been created in all of the relationships. And as Jason said, that's really the success in this. And this continues. I think there's the philosophy, all energy continues, so it's just reforming.
I just want to say that in the years that I have been part of this as an advisor and experiencing all of the highs and lows and everything that you've been through, and understanding also as a business owner and as someone who I've built my own theaters and have held the responsibility for physical spaces, and it's no small thing. You have earned some karma points, my brother. I've been really blown away by, I think this started with the conversation of us doing Elevate Venice, right? I mean, it's like way back. And it's really baffled me at how gracious you've let things roll off you. And that you've dealt with the enormous responsibilities and the financial strain and the inner dynamics of working with so many people that are, going through a transformational process where all their stuff comes up and it gets projected a lot. I watched that happen. And so for everything that you've done as the farmer that you are, the massive garden that you've created to allow so many people in such an important part of the world. This is an important part of the world. And I got this about my job as a media maker when I was in the Philippines with my wife several years ago. And I had seen we took a little canoe over to a kind of a deserted island, and there was indigenous people on the island, and one of them was wearing a 50-cent t-shirt. And another one was wearing a Guns N' Roses t-shirt. And I was like, what we do in entertainment and in our little mecca of the world affects everybody. These people didn't even have a television, but they had these shirts on. And so it's no small thing what you guys have created here. Everyone plays a dynamic part in the organism of this experience. And you will never be able to physically measure the ripple effect of what you've created here. But please know that you've reached the world in a really wonderful way. And thank you so much, my brother, and to your incredible lady and family for holding the space for all of this to happen. It really has made a difference in our community.
We've got some spiritual high-fiving happening over here. as I mentioned, again, the team, it was only possible with the team, and I think that's what's been so fascinating about this, is that we set out to do this in a co-creative model. Our elders, Papa Makash and Mama Cat, in the co-creator's handbook, and really taking the elders' experiences and innovating them into the space, and just like you've seen today, just putting things together and co-creating. You want to say something?
So I met Andrew, I don't know, a couple years ago, and I did my first Malibu Mudra event here. And in that time when he was showing me this amazing space that I'd actually walked into and out of prior to him having it here, because I was like, what's going on here? But when I saw what was going on here under Andrew's guidance, it had shifted. And one of the things I had mentioned to him on more than one occasion is that when you take on a temple, you actually go through the initiation of a priest. And I've seen all the amazing levels of his initiation, and they're powerful. And they're powerful when you're down, broken to the bone, because that's when our ego just steps aside and spirit allows the humility of surrender to happen and the wisdom to arise. And so it's amazing that we're able to show up here and have the room together and the seats together and all the people who are here to create this space. But that's a tremendous amount of hard work, organization, and co-collaboration of all of you guys. So I've just witnessed an amazing amount of beauty that from this man's heart and the co-collaborators he's worked with and guided, he stood forth as a warrior for righteousness, peace, and community. So I really want to acknowledge you and your beautiful lady and this amazing being. And I feel like we are part of this family. It's truly a family. And so I sit amongst my brothers and sisters, some that I know, some that I don't know, and the fathers and the elders and all this and the children. So it's been a huge gift for myself, but for all those who've entered in here. So thank you.
One of the things that's been interesting lately as we're, wrapping our head around closing everything and selling everything, and I just want to share this. I'm just happy, and I'm so appreciative for this, but really I just find myself looking at the future without necessarily knowing exactly what's going to happen, but I'm just happy. And a lot of that has to do with Arista and Aya. This has been the greatest success and gift of this whole journey, so then that's forever. So thank you again for being a wonderful mama, and thank you for being a happy, happy baby. Yay! I would like to introduce our sound. How would you like to I described it as a deep sound dive, a sound shower. Some call it a sound bath. But really it's just love through the frequencies of these beautiful crystal bowls. So we're going to get David Kennett set up here, and if you guys want to get comfortable, he'll guide you how to dive deep into a relaxation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Andrew. Thank you. So everyone, I encourage you to get as relaxed as possible. Consider your activation intention, because sound is an incredible catalyst for self-healing, self-empowering, because this sound is a carrier wave. It's going to carry that intention way deep into your unconscious, your subconscious, and into actually the cells of your body. So I'm going to do it a little differently today. I usually play the drum, but I think, well, just with the kids present and some animals, I'm not sure that's going to work out. So I think we're going to go a little more with the flute and some bowls. It's all going to be very effective, just as much. So again, so remembering your intention, because the sound is going to bring that intention into your body. Also consider what you might want to let go of. We talked about those two things today. So letting go what you doesn't serve you, but also remembering what you want to amplify in your life. Okay, so slow inhale through the nose, and exhale with the mouth. Take those breaths from your diaphragm, deep within your diaphragm, below your rib cage. Slow inhale through your nose, and exhale with the mouth. Good. And that ah sound, as silly as that might sound, is actually very important. It resets our nervous system. Okay. And one more time. Slow inhale through the nose. And exhale. Okay. Just very gradually wiggling your toes and your fingers, being really gentle with yourselves. And when you're ready, you can move to your right side and into, is it fetus or fetal position? Just taking your time, just be really, really gentle with yourselves. And when you're ready, you can sit back up. We have some more gifts to share. We're going to do 3 ohms together just to come back fully into our bodies. And I invite you, the ohm is the sacred, this mic is a little bit low. The ohm, as you know, is the sacred, the universal sound. And I invite you, when you make the sound, to actually not make it, to allow it. You're going to actually invite it into your body, receiving it. So as we open our mouth, it's actually going to be coming in to our body. Right? So we open our mouth to allow the sound in. I know that doesn't make any physiological sense, but just feel it. It's all about feeling it. And you can feel the ohm bathe all the cells of your body, bathe your activation, intention, and your passion. Three ohms together. Here we go. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Let's hear it again for David Kennett. David is, you got an event coming up, I saw on the calendar, June 21st, is that right? So for any of those out there in Santa Barbara area, June 21st and 25th. And do you have a website? Soulsounding.com. And here's a little hint also. If you guys have any issues, or if you know anybody who has issues with allergies, with sound, he's able to help absolve those. So there's, I think we got one taker, at least. So in addition to what you just experienced, truly a gift to be able to alleviate yourself of something like that. So that's the power of sound. So thank you so much. We've got the box going around right now. So if anyone in the room is feeling the gratitude and can let that be represented by some good old-fashioned cash, that would be awesome. And we are selling everything, almost everything. We have stuff downstairs. We did a little bit of an open house last night, so afterwards, if you guys are open to checking that out, we'll be opening the downstairs. Adriani's going to be down there, so you can take something away, these benches, and we'll be taking down the lights, just everything. So check in with us if you're interested in furnishing your house with some FullCircle furniture. Yeah. I'm going to keep a couple plants, but yeah. We just want to thank again Connect TV for broadcasting this. Thank you guys so much, Kent and your team. Also, Jennifer Sadini over on the East Coast. She's been putting this out on evolve and ascend, and it's been hitting some great numbers. And if you were able to take away from what was shared today, we just want to encourage others in other communities to get together. It's almost that simple. You know, set an intention. There's the Co-Creators Handbook. You can look at our website as well if you are inclined to find more information, FullCircleVenice.org. You know, it's a bittersweet moment, but focusing on the sweet part and just having full faith that we're exactly where we're supposed to be. The utmost of gratitude for everybody that's in this room today and that's been in these rooms and in these gatherings. Like I said, almost 1,000 times. We're doing a prayer for Power of Prayer this evening. So if you're out there and you're in the LA area and you want to come to the space, tonight will be the final event. Samuel J., you're performing, see? See or no? See? Samuel J., world-renowned artist, of course. We're gonna close out here. We're gonna grab a photo afterwards. We've gone a little bit over time, but Full Circle over time is okay on a day like today. So again, I can't say enough good things about all of the work that you are all doing. Please connect with each other, and if you are able to make it tonight, it's gonna be a beautiful event. I'm just remembering all that's happened here, all the magic. Thank you to Finian, Make Peace, and the work that you're doing at Kiss the Ground, ca.org, is that right? Kiss the Ground, you just Google it, it's all there. It's all, you know, there's no other Kiss the Ground. This is the Kiss the Ground. Of course, Mickey Willis and Elevate Films. For my brother in arms here, the wild and crazy Alexander Polinsky. It's here for Alex.
Thank you, guys. If you want to keep in touch with my work, it's avatarism.net and .org, AVATARISM. Create your own character.
And I just got to, again, shout out Devin's here today, our temple mama from the beginning, working it out. Adriani. I mean, just pound for pound, the fiercest person I've ever met. Jason's been the brains. I appreciate the credit, but the brains and the mastery of all of this. Kyle, without Kyle, who knows where we would be. Lots still happening in that department. Angel, Anthony, of course, my beloved Arista, little Aya, and again, you all. It's the work that you're doing out there. Not to end on, you got to always end on the rock star in the room. There's other rock stars, but the rock star with the guitar. Our sound director, maestro, Mr. Michael Vince. Now it's about when it's about to go down. Thank you all out there in the Full Circle Live world. We're gonna enjoy a song before we go. Thank you, Mickey. You can join in. Come on.
I look out into the world. I see the masses worshiping the idols, but I only know what I'm told, and I'm told I don't know anything at all. And fixtures from the fallen eras will tell us how to live, but soon they'll all be dead. Soon they will pay for what they did, and I say don't build another wall. 'Cause we know that love still matters most. Let it be all that we invoke inside these hate storms. And don't you fear that angry wolf. Don't you fall for the illusion. Don't you turn on us. We gotta keep it together, together, together. We gotta keep it together, together, together. Yeah, we gotta keep it together, together, together. We gotta keep it together, together, together. Oh. fight the tide, can't fight the hourglass. Surrender in this life. Love is all we have, and I know we will get there. Yeah, I know we will get there. 'Cause we are like the wind. We can make the river bend and keep our hearts strong and sure. Sure, we choose just to live, spread out among our kin, summon in laughter and ghosts. Now we keep our spirits close, give free hugs to all our foes to crack the barriers. And we know what choices matter most. If we betray each other, how will we ever heal the world? We gotta keep it together, together, together. 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 All right, repeat after me. Let us pray for all people. May all know love. May we move with the earth. Rejoice and share abundance. May every village prosper. May we all learn the patience to find world peace within us. Aho, thank you, Full Circle.
Again, thank you all. Let's get a photo outside. That is the conclusion of Full Circle Live. Again, thank you all for being here today. And let these seeds that we planted grow to be the beautiful forest of love. I thank you guys all so much. Have a good night, day. All right, so photo outside on the stairs. Would love everyone to be in it. Bye. Are we done? We're not done? We're done? We're still working the kinks out on that. Let's do this photo. We really appreciate memorializing this with everyone, so we'll gather outside on the